Good morning, I'm Tamara with Wyoming Dutch Oven Cooking. Welcome to our cooking channel and welcome to my kitchen. Of course, we're not in Wyoming anymore. We're down here in beautiful sunny Arizona and we're doing something really fun this morning to have later on this afternoon. It is an artisan apple walnut cinnamon bread. And I've gone ahead and measured out my ingredients. I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I like the unbleached flour. A teaspoon and a half of yeast, a teaspoon of salt, and I've mixed that good together here. And then I'm going to put in a cup and a half of warm water with a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. We'll pour that in there. And I don't need to mix that right now. And what I've done here is chopped up, coarsely chopped up, 2 medium-sized apples, and I used the Honeycrisp today. And then I finally chopped a cup of walnuts. We'll pour that in there. And in this bowl here, I've got 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar with a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to put that on top of my apples. This is an incredibly easy bread to make. And of course, we're going to do it inside today in our Enameled Dutch oven that has been lined with parchment paper. Of course, this is something that we've done outside up home in Wyoming, out in our Dutch oven cooking area. Okay, now we're going to pour that in there. When you do your apples ahead of time, put a little bit of lemon juice on it. It just helps to keep those apples from turning dark. And now I'm just going to mix this together real well with a wooden spoon. You don't have to mix it with a mixer, which is another wonderful thing. And we're going to let this sit on the counter covered with a towel and let it raise for about 1.5 hours. You want it to double in bulk. My, is this going to be wonderful. Okay, I'm going to continue to mix this together. Get it mixed real well. And it is going to be sticky. And after it's risen for 1.5 hours and doubled in bulk, we'll put it out on a floured surface and knead it a couple times and finish on. Wonderful. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit after this is raised, and we'll go on to getting it ready to bake. Thank you. All right, our bread, it took about 1.5 hours. And what works good, you can put saran wrap on this or a dish towel and to cover it. And it is double in bulk, and I'm going to put a fair amount of flour on here. And we don't have to knead this a lot. And this dough is fairly sticky, so that's why I said you need a fair amount of flour. And if you hang in with me to the very end of this video, I have a very special tip for this bread. So just remember to hang in there. Wow, this is going to be wonderful. And this is an awesome breakfast bread. And then we're going to let this rise again for about 1.5 hours. You know, the rising temperature time varies with whatever temperature you have in your home. I'm kneading this a little bit more because I want to get those apples and nuts worked into my bread dough. Okay, that looks good. Then we're just going to leave it right on this cutting board. I'm going to turn it over. Form it into your nice little round loaf. Stuff those apples. It'll all bake in together, so it'll be perfect. There you go. So I'll cover it again with my towel and let it raise for 1.5 hours, and then we'll bake it. And well, our beautiful apple bread is finally taken off, and it's rising beautifully. It's kind of a trick to keep all the apples and walnuts in here. But we're going to go ahead and put this in our Dutch oven that I have put parchment paper in. This works really good to do that, to line it with the parchment paper, and then you can just lift it out and put it on your cooling rack. Wonderful. Just remember to please subscribe. We hope you're enjoying this with us today. Subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment. We also have a website called WyomingDutchOvenCooking.com. If you go onto that website, you can get a free guide and a recipe book. So here we go. Very carefully, I'm going to put this in, and then we're going to bake it in the oven at 450 degrees for 40 minutes with the lid on. That's at the high temperature. I know it seems like for bread, but these breads, it helps them to get that beautiful, nice crust. There we go. And then what we do then is bake it for 40 minutes with the lid on, take the lid off, and bake it for another 15 minutes. Take it out and let it cool on a cooling rack. All right, our wonderful bread guide done. This is one of my favorite breads, the Apple Walnut Artisan Bread. And remember, I told you to please stay with me till the very end. Of course, look at this. It turned out beautiful. But my very special tip and ingredients is that I love to put with apples is vanilla. A teaspoon of vanilla. You put that in your water, your warm water with your olive oil. Wow, isn't this wonderful? We're going to be doing a series on doing Dutch oven cooking in the cast iron enamel one in the oven. And remember, every Tuesday we release a new exciting new video. So please subscribe. When you do subscribe, it lets you know when we have new videos coming out. And hit that like button and leave a comment. And of course, our motto is great food shared with family and friends equals great times. And we appreciate everybody. This is a salute to all of our viewers, family, and friends. Thank you for joining us today. Until we meet again, thank you.